and welcome back to the Real Recipe and another edition of Smackdown Out of 10. It's a big show today. Of course, the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments are in full flow, and we got lots of qualifying matches across the 2 hours for both of these, with big matches including Randy Orton against AJ Styles, Angelo Dawkins against Tama Tonga, and several in the women's division, starting off with Naomi against Nia Jax. After a recap of Backlash, Nick Aldis introduced Cody Rhodes and informed him that his next challenger will be Logan Paul. The social media star made his way to the ring and had an exchange with Rhodes that ended with no violence. An interesting one, once again, Paul wrestling for a big title at Saudi Arabia, but I'm not against it, to be honest. I think it'll be interesting to contrast themselves, and looking forward to it. Before Naomi took on Nia Jax, after both won 3 punches, Jax took Naomi down and began controlling the pace. Most of this bout was Jax dominating the action until brief comebacks from Naomi. After a split leg moonsault and top rope Hurricane Rana failed to secure the win for Naomi, Jax hit the Annihilator for the win. It was a relatively uneventful bout and highlighted a couple of big spots from Naomi, but I think Jax going through and is the right decision. She should go right to the end, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Before it's time for Baron Corbin against Carmelo Hayes. After a brief exchange backstage, they met for their bout. Hayes used his speed to hit a couple of tricks early on, but he used to fight back on the former with the Golden Glove fighter and paid for it. The two worked together very well and did a lot of things to make each other and themselves look good along the way. Even though he lost, Corbin probably impressed a few people who missed his recent NXT run with this performance. Hayes scored the win for a roll-up to advance in the tournament. So yeah, this gets 7 out of 10 from me. This was really good. Massive win for Carmelo Hayes. I think really building momentum. And I think Corbin can still take some encouragement from this loss as well. I thought it was a really fun match across the board. So good stuff on the whole. Before it's time for Jade Cargill against Piper Niven in the King and the Queen of the Ring tournament. This was the first time Cargill took on someone who could match her power in WWE, so they began trading shoulder tackles to see who could take the other down first. The contest had a simple layout and moved along at a slow pace during the first half, but then there were some standout moments, like Cargill picking Niven up with an impressive style. Cargill managed to get Niven up for a Jade and scored the win to advance in the tournament. It was quick but made the winner look great, but there came out and celebrated with her as she came out for her next match. But yeah, on the whole, gets 6 out of 10 from me. Big win for Cargill. Yeah, she looked really impressive here. I think really cementing herself in WWE right now. And yeah, I think Piper Niven also looked good in defeat, kind of competing with Cargill some of the way. Before it's time for Cargill's tag partner Bianca Belair to take on Candice LeRae. Belair and LeRae were there together. Indy Hartwell was at ringside with Belair solo. The EST managed to keep the upper hand despite the interference from Hartwell early on, but the knee was targeted, so they gave it on her after a backflip, so the Ray pounced it. After only a couple of minutes, Belair hit the KOD for the win. Everything they did was solid, but they barely had enough time to do much at all, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. Kind of stops the Ray's heel turn in the tracks, but I think good solid win for Belair, and she could be a big candidate in Queen of the Ring. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see it will go with Cargill and her on the same side, obviously. Between Angelo Dawkins and Tama Tonga was the next match. The Bloodline had a quick segment backstage and made it clear that Solo Sikoa will be turning on Paul Heyman soon, before they came to the ring for Tonga's match against Dawkins. Tonga was caught off guard by Dawkins and ended up talking a lot of damage. When Sikoa got on the apron, Dawkins started to taste out of his mouth, and Montez Ford took out him and Tonga Lowen with a dive. As Dawkins watched Lawler and Sikoa take out his partner, Tonga was able to hit his finish out with it. The 2 minutes of action we got was great, but unfortunately there wasn't enough of it. So yeah, hoping all these lot gets run it back in a similar way in the future, because yeah, we definitely wanted more. But for this alone, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. The Bloodline still look great, but just give us more, man. Before it's time for AJ Styles against Randy Orton, they had 20 minutes to make it look good, so they took their time during their entrances. The two veterans did a great job of making this feel competitive, while highlighting what each individually makes them special. Orton sold a knee injury like he was never going to walk again, and Styles was bumping all over the place for the Viper. This was easily the best match of the night, because they had enough time to do what they wanted without rushing it. After a long striker, the Viper hit Patterson RKO to score the win and advance to the next round. And yeah, bit of a shame for Styles losing 2 matches back to back, but I think yeah, it could be start of a more kind of intriguing angle for Styles going forward. At least that's the positives that I'll take from it. But yeah, on this segment alone, I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. I thought it was decent without being spectacular, but a big win for Orton. But overall, SmackDown this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I really enjoyed the SmackDown, focusing mainly on King and Queen of the Ring tournament wrestling, the high quality wrestling we got throughout the show. Personally, I really enjoyed it, to be honest. And yeah, get the 7 out of 10 from me. Really excited for these next few weeks, because I think, yeah, we've definitely got 2 very interesting tournaments coming up. Guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.